Are you ready to unlock the extraordinary potential within you? Welcome to Uncomfortably Great, the podcast that will ignite your passion, challenge you to find your limits, and call you into your own realm of greatness. I'm Alexander.
And I'm Dan. Get ready to go on a journey as we sit down with some of the most awe-inspiring individuals on this planet. We're on a mission to discover the secrets of their success, unravel their fears, and understand the uncomfortable paths they tread to achieve the extraordinary.
Each episode is a thrilling exploration of human potential, where our guests share the pivotal moments that shape them, the hurdles they faced, and their visions for the future.
But this isn't just about their journeys. This is about you, the listener. Uncomfortably Great is an invitation to look within and awaken the greatness that lies dormant in all of us. So join us as we embark on this life-changing adventure together. Let the stories of remarkable individuals ignite the fire within you.
Skool games are here.
School games are here.
We're in it. We're in the thick of it.
Day 2.
I feel like we're already in the deep end.
It's some stiff competition.
But already on the leaderboard, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's really interesting. I'll share, I was at the Skool Games opening ceremony.
Yeah.
Sam Ovens, Hormozy, and a dude named Kirby. And
Who's that guy?
He's like a YouTuber who has a community called the Synthesizers and creates a lot of great content. And I think his, I'm only like just becoming more aware of him, but the idea of his community is that our job to play the great online game is to be synthesizers of information to create new things.
Picking it all up, distilling it down.
Yeah, and just being able to deliver it in a unique way. And yeah, like has definitely like an energy of we're playing a game. And I think that was something that really stood out in the opening ceremonies. You know, that they were like, something that I didn't know is a lot of the developers of the Skool platform are gamers. So that's why they have like leaderboards and engagement prizes, and Sam was talking about some game that he was playing. He's like, I used to like watch them do the live streams, like when they're like playing. I'm not a gamer, so this is like a
Did you ever play video games when you were a kid?
I played sports. Yeah. So I was never
I wasn't a nerd.
Yeah, I did not play. I played like NHL '95.
Yeah.
With the one wraparound move that you could always score, and like a little bit of Call of Duty, but like my brother played Call of Duty all the time, and it was like he would just put on the headphones, and he'd like connect with all of his friends, and they were playing a game, and they'd have leaderboards, and Sam was saying like he would like study whoever's like on the leaderboard, he'd study like their spray patterns, like with the how they shoot, and like he'd like slow it down and like see how they're like moving the mouse. It's like, but that's how you learn. And then it's like they've taken that and then brought it into the platform, and it's why it has like it feels fun in there. It feels like a game, and they've really made that a main focus, and it shows. Yeah.
I think that's why being an adult for most people is a unsatisfying experience, or even for a lot of entrepreneurs, is because the game has kind of been removed, or it's not
a game.
Yeah. Because when we're kids, play video games, play sports, or just like you just go to your friend's house and like, I don't know, like you play tag, or it's games.
Totally.
And then we get older, and it's like, better hit the quarterly target. And like that's as much of a game as most people have. Yeah,
I feel like a lot of successful entrepreneurs that I've studied, a lot of them view money as a game. Like, in fact, like Tony Robbins' book is like Money, Master the Game. It's like, and I like view it that way. But I think what happens is like you start building a business doing something that you're passionate about, and then all of a sudden you're like, I gotta like build a funnel. I gotta like figure out finances. I gotta do all the shit. And then all of a sudden you're like, the thing that you're passionate about, you don't get to do because you're doing all this other shit with your business.
And it's just like, Zapier comes into play, and there's meta tags, and yeah.
SEO, like, what am I'm just a baker, man. I'm trying to bake a pie. Yeah. So I think like the simplicity of what's being created and also just like there's a whole, another big thing that I really took away. And I think on this podcast, we're going to talk about, it's day 2 of the games. We're going to talk about our plan on how to win, what we're going to do, what the game plan is, what I think it's going to take to win, and just reveal that on this one.
Yeah, we've previously called the shot.
Right.
That we're getting in the top 10. We're getting to Vegas, and we're getting in the same room with Sam and Alex. That's happening.
Yep. And the other 10, like, looking at the people who are on that list, you're like,
those are our new best friends.
Yeah. These are, except for that one guy. No, I'm just joking.
No, yeah, except for that one guy for sure.
But yeah, it's like, what a cool, and it does really feel like a game, and it's like steep competition. You're like, oh, what? I think the leaderboard on day 2, so like 24 hours in, has generated like $7,000 in monthly recurring revenue.
Yeah.
Which is just about $100,000 in 2 days. Yeah, if that continues.
Yeah, interesting. I, as an adult, have been like looking for more gamification in my life, and so I started playing sports again more. And so I played volleyball, and we were in this one league, and just crushed, dominated, didn't lose, but it wasn't actually that fun, and I don't think I built my skills that much, and it's not like that's what we were doing before, but we weren't we weren't around the competition, right? And so now it's like now I'm in a new league. Mm-hmm. And everyone's like just as good as us or better. Yeah. And now we're like forced to find the best athlete inside of us, and that's like totally that's what this month is.
And really, though, if you zoom out a little bit, this is like the genius of Sam and Hormozy and like the way that they think about building a business, because what they're doing is they've basically outsourced the learning. And this is why I think Skool is going to be like a social platform like Facebook in 2006. It's like, because 1, it's fun. 2, the speed at which people are going to learn and figure out how to best play this game on this platform is going to be wild, because you'll have some, and then the way that they've set it up is like, we're all going to compete and try this strategy and do this thing. And then the winners go tell Sam and Hormozy, this is what worked for us. And they will like create the playbook of how to play the great online game and basically build a business around something that you're passionate about, that you can then share with other people who are also super passionately nerdy about that same thing.
Yeah. What I love about Skool too is that we can already see and feel that Sam is protecting true valuable community interactions and not just optimizing for financial gain. Where there's some things he could have done where it's like, oh, we could easily make more money if we do this in the short term. It's like, no, long term community value. So that for me is the piece that gives me a lot of confidence in, like, if we could go back to our younger selves, 2007, 8, it's like, okay, go build an epic Facebook group and build your personal brand on Instagram. You'd crush. It's like, no brainer. That feels like this moment for Skool. Like, get in here and be a community leader.
Yeah, the invitation to be like a community leader. Yeah, I think people are hungry for it. And it's like, it's never really been done well online. Like, I've been part of a few actually, but like they've always felt like obscure.
Yeah.
And I've been in a lot of really crappy ones. So yeah, so I think it's so anyways, the Skool games was like interesting.
Yeah.
It's cool to see like their vision for it. I can see how the speed at which they're going to develop things is going to be just like a giant snowball. I feel like we're in very early. We'll probably look back at this in 5 years and be like, oh yeah, remember how somehow we were like in the early days of the first Skool games?
You're like, I don't remember that, but I'll see you on your yacht later.
See you on FTJ, Field the Jets, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we do have like a game. Should we talk about the game plan?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, quick key takeaways so far. Gamification will like bring more fulfillment and possibly increase your results in business. So people should explore that and do that. Get onto Skool.
Build a community.
It's the time. And maybe the moment that people are all waiting for is to see behind the scenes into the mind of Dan Harrison. And, what's the game plan? How are we going to get the top 10?
Yeah. First of all, it's like thinking of it as a way longer game is the mindset. Like, cool, we're going to play this 30-day game because it feels like we can come out strong.
There's a great opportunity.
Yeah, there's a cool opportunity to be like in the first group. Also, it's like before all of the tips and secrets and like,
every platform has its playbook.
Yeah, and this one is like being developed. And we've got like a couple cool strategies, I would say. So if I was to break it down into like there's 4 weeks, this first week is converting all the low-hanging fruit. So this is week 1 is basically converting all existing clients, anybody who's on subscription is already working with us or has already worked with us, enrolling them in a re-offer into our Skool community. And from there, we have about, I would say that there's between 12 and 20 generously clients, past clients that we can convert into $1,000 a month offer or opportunity and solidify 15 to 20,000 in monthly recurring revenue in week 1.
And how does that stack up against what you think it's going to take to place top 10 at the end of the month?
Well, considering the first 24 hours, the leader has 7K. If he kept up that pace, he would be at 100K. I think to win, you'd need 100K a month in 30 days.
Like first place.
First place, yeah. And I think it will like drop significantly. Like it'll probably be like 100, 90,
80
and then 60, and then 40, and like the gap will spread. And I think probably to place in the top 10, you'd need 30K a month. Is that true? Because I definitely think we'll hit that.
We're absolutely going to hit that.
We'll crush that, yeah.
I mean, I think our confidence of placing the top 10 is not like ungrounded or unfounded because, we've been on the platform for
a while. And for context, like right now, let's just get a live update. It's like you've just fallen off the...
You've been removed from the games.
Your account has been deleted. Let's see here. Skool games. I think we were. Leaderboard. Still top 10. We're 8th with 2K. So 6, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1. Or, yeah. And it's like a 4-way tie with 2K, pretty much. So we're on it.
Yep.
we're in there, and we've got lots of opportunities over the next like first week. And so that's the first thing, is just like, okay, we're gonna move all subscribers into the one platform, and we're just gonna use Skool. Another like rule of these games is it only goes up to $9.99 a month. So you can't do higher ticket subscriptions.
I mean, or else we could have just added 25,000 today.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, totally. if you
it would be insane of whatever the final number was.
It'd be stupid.
Yeah.
So, which kind of leads to the really important piece, which is the offer. And something that I am very good at as a result of like necessity, because just like, if you know my story, I had like a bunch of debt and had to just literally just make offers to not go bankrupt like every week.
I've heard some people call you by a street name. Okay, Offer King.
Offer King. I mean, I've made some really wild offers, and I've had to like be scrappy. But now I look at like all of that, and it's like such great skills. So making offers that are like win-win for everybody, no brainer.
That feel good, they're integral.
Yeah, it's just like, as long as you're thinking like, what's the best thing for you? Like the Zig Ziglar quote, it's like, you can get anything you want in the world as long as you help other people get what they want. And if every offer has that at the crux, then you can just make offers. And so, week one, we're making kind of custom offers, enrolling, re-offering, getting people into a subscription model who like working with us and want to keep working with us.
So if someone's following along at home,
Yep.
so far they would have to think of like, okay, well, if they wanted to play a game like this, they need to figure out, what am I the leader of? Like, they would need to have a community, and that's probably based around their offer and who they serve.
Can I draw something?
Absolutely.
Did you set me up?
Well,
Let's see. Offer stuff.
Yeah.
Make it real simple here. Let's see if I can remember this. It's like, you have things that you are passionate about. This is for the person at home who's like, what are you passionate about? What do you like to do? I love online business. I love plant medicine and psychedelics. I love
numbers.
I love numbers. I love spirituality, men's work, like the self, psychology. There's like lots of things that I'm like passionate about. And then there is like, I believe I'm here for a reason. I believe that I have like a purpose that I'm here. And then I have developed professional skill sets in my past.
Sales positions, financial advisor, marketing.
Leading teams, training, content creation, advertising, marketing. Like I've acquired some skills, not art or drawing, but but I have some.
So I'm imagining a giant cauldron right now of like a big soup, and people are just like, all right, what am I passionate about?
What am I passionate about?
And you're just, all right, we're stirring the pot.
Yep. And then it's like, and I have overcome a number of problems myself in my own life that I'm like uniquely equipped to have solved.
It turns out Biggie was wrong.
More money, more problems.
No, it's less money, more problems.
Yeah. If you have money, you don't really have problems. You can just use the money to solve it.
Absolutely.
So when you're thinking about like, well, what's the community that I could build, or how could I create an offer? The more of these that you touch, like the things that you're passionate about, that also touch your skill set, that aligns with your purpose, that solves real problems, like the more fulfilled you're going to be, the more successful your business is going to be and your community is going to be. And having an offer that like leverages these things is like the key.
Yeah. And I think, what time do you wake up to do your routine right now?
3 right now.
3 a.m. Probably most people won't do that, but let's say it's like people waking up at 5 a.m. Sometimes you have to have difficult conversations with people. You need to really be pulled by this. You need to love it. You need to love the people that you work with. You need to love what you're building.
Yes.
And that's like, I think there's a lot of people that do this stage, like, oh, this thing could make me the most money. Yeah, I haven't seen too many people work that out in a sustainable way.
Yeah. Well, and in the beginning, it's like mostly it sucks. Like, so
you're not supposed to tell them that yet.
Yeah, it's just like I'll shoot you straight. It's like it's mostly gonna suck. It's gonna be like getting kicked in the nuts over and over again.
Or the ovaries.
Or the ovaries. But it's like if you want to create something that is fulfilling and meaningful and wildly profitable, you have to like go through that. It's like the initiation. It's like there's no way around it. You just, and if you can enjoy that part, getting kicked in the nuts or ovaries, it's like you will stand a great chance at getting out the other side. And but that's like to like entrepreneurship is just building a business, but the beauty of the Skool games, and I'm always thinking like, I think what it does is it creates an easy opportunity for people to think about, like for most people, if you made 10K, I think you're in the top like 20% of the world.
When I've talked to prospects and I said, what would it look like to serve people, do something that you love and make 10K a month? Literally like a nervous system, like, that.
Like, okay, so then imagine you had, something that somebody paid you $500 a month for. Mm-hmm. You need 20 people.
In the whole world.
In the whole world. Or if you have if it's $1,000 a month, you need 10, right? Or whatever, you do the math like whichever way you want. You could do $200, in which you need 50. Like 50 people to give you $200. Now, the thing that I think will be the difference maker in the communities is like, it's easy to make 10K once. But then it's like, are you consistent? Can your community count on you? Can you like keep coming back? Can you keep showing up? Can you keep delivering value? Can you like trust yourself to do that? And I think that will be, like everybody wants monthly recurring revenue, but nobody wants to do monthly recurring work.
Yeah, and we always see entrepreneurship as like this reflective container for our personal and spiritual growth.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could be a really good friend to someone 1 month. Who cares? I gotta keep being a good friend. Right. Or I could be an amazing husband 1 month.
Yeah.
Like, remember when I was the best husband ever for 1 month?
Yeah.
No one cares. You gotta show up every day and be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you can be.
And I think that's the real beauty of like building these businesses where you're pursuing something that you're passionate about. It's like eventually the money or doing like who cares? You're becoming the version of yourself that you're like here to become. Actually, I think I posted this morning, but it was like somebody said like the definition of hell is like on the last day of your life you meet the version of yourself that you could have become.
Super jacked rich guy.
Yeah.
He's like, you just had to be consistent. You're like, no.
That was it. So solving real problems, something that you're passionate about that aligns with your purpose and like professional skill sets. So for us, we came up with like a special offer. Again, like we're playing to win. So you can do communities at any level, but for us, it just makes sense to play at an offer that somebody would pay $1K per month. If that's the highest number that you can do in the games, we should make an offer that somebody would look at that and be like, here, take my money.
Absolutely.
Because then, all we need is, so for the first offer, I think we'll get 15 people, like converting into our baseline. Then those are kind of like custom offers. Then we have a 1K offer that's like a VIP version that includes an in-person retreat, one-on-one, like an onboarding like roadmap call, access to our community, all of our special guests, software, like basically everything that you would need to learn how to build this kind of a business and do 10K a month in a community of awesome people, with an in-person retreat where we have like guests coming in. And then our idea is like, if we bring the online community offline, that is going to like create the bonds of an online community that stick around and like really forms online community.
Yeah.
And so this is like, I think this is kind of our, definitely like a unique angle for the games. And we've got 25 spots here, and this goes live week 2. So week 1 is like conversion, low-hanging fruit. Week 2, 3 and 4, we're converting our VIP offer. Then our kind of like everyday offer is normally $500 a month, but for this we're going to do it for $400. So we have a special. You can save $100 for weeks 3 and 4. And for this, we are going to run ads, and we are going to do something called the workshop that doesn't matter, and we are going to do collabs with other people who have audiences, aligned audiences.
Yeah, and we're pulling from different places, essentially, with these collabs. People have audiences that we're working with. From your audience, which is like, what's that up to now? If you look at email list,
we have just like in our audience, we have like 10,000 emails. We have 11,000 on Instagram. But I'll tell you what the best, who cares about these big numbers? The best and most likely people to join our community is the small but mighty 1,500 people in our free Skool community who we have been giving value to for the last 2 years. And so guess what our main strategy is? We are sending these people, 50 people, daily, a message inviting them, say like, hey, do you like our free stuff? If you like that, you'll probably like this. Do you want to join? And I mean, how many of 1,500 do you think? The thing that people won't do is like send this message.
Yeah.
And they won't send it every day. And they won't send 50.
And the interesting thing about what we're going to start to see as we get more data, but the success rate of that message to these Skool people, as opposed to an Instagram follower, the percentage, it seems like, is way higher.
Well, I can tell you, like last month, we converted 9 clients into our high ticket program, and they all were in our Skool community.
And how much is how much was that high ticket program?
10K.
So you got 1,500 people. We've been serving, we've been showing up, but 90K just emerges.
Yes.
That's not small.
72 cash collected.
Yeah. Yep.
Some of that will trail in, but it's like, that happened last month, and that happened with no sales calls, because there was so much trust with our community that I can just send a message. They're like, hey.
Yeah, and what might be becoming apparent to someone watching this, that like they're just starting to think about starting a community, is that obviously the strategy we're deploying has more complexity to it than what they would be doing. But we're showing what we're doing. Yeah.
This is the game plan. We've also been like on Skool for 2 years. Mm-hmm. If we were starting over from scratch, should maybe like wrap up with that.
Yep.
If we were starting over from scratch, what I would do is I would play, and I would create a free Skool community. And I would just invite people in. And then I would create something cool. I'd create something cool and I would put it in the Skool. And then I would just invite people to join it and check out the thing that's for free in my Skool. And then I would show up and I would post and I would have chat conversations and I would just try and help people in here. And I would do this for 3 months. And I would try and get, 50 to 100 people a month. And then when I had 300 people in here, I would flip the switch. And I would say, this community is now going to be congratulations, you all get to stay for free because you were here before I had a thing. And now this is going to be $100 a month or $50 a month or something.
Yep.
And then every new person who came in, and I would learn, this 3 months is I would learn. I would devour everything that I could about Skool. I would learn about my offer. I would figure out who I want to serve, and I would just learn as much as I could. And then I would flip the switch on the community and have $100 a month. And then think about this. Even if you only got 10 people that month, you just added $1,000 per month in recurring revenue because they'll stick around if you keep showing up. And if you did that every month for 1 year, actually, let's just say the 9 months left, here's the 1 year game plan. So 3 months learning, you do it for free, you give, then you flip the switch and you converted 10 people at $100 a month for 9 months. In 1 year, you've got a $9,000 per month business.
Over 6 figures.
Over 6 figures, doing something that you love.
With people that you love.
With people that you love, that love you, and it costs them $100.
And also, if someone was doing this process and they had a high ticket offer to offer here and there, right? These 300 people that they're in here for free, that's great. Yeah. I already know if I was doing that, there's at least 4 or 5 probably high ticket people that would come out of that.
Totally, yeah. And if you're totally new, you're what's a high ticket? I'm just thinking, it's you help people one-on-one.
Yeah.
And you charge
more of your time,
$1,000 or $2,000, or you can generate new business from the people who already know,
and you can do things for them.
Yeah.
Instead of having them do it on their own.
So what I see this does is it just it gets rid of the funnel and the whole I gotta market my way into a transactional get somebody to buy something. You're no, you create a community, you give tremendous value for a stupid low price, you build a base, and you serve people.
I think we can officially say something, maybe for the first time, is that you're not one funnel away, but you're one community away. And I also think that Hormozi's, not next book, but the one after that is going to be all about community.
Yeah.
This is coming in the next 2 years. All community, MRR, leadership abilities of what it takes to lead a community, reducing churn, lifetime value.
Yeah, it'll change the whole conversation for sure.
Yeah. And so if someone's watching this, you're early.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Hopefully that's helpful, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Just recap. If you're playing the games the way we're playing, week 1, and this is actually the same for all business. Week 1, go after all the low-hanging fruit. Who do you know? Who you already have relationships with? What can you offer them to make it a no-brainer for them? And you just capture those opportunities.
And a little nod to the avocado that got us here. They're ripe.
Yeah.
You gotta eat the fruit when it's ripe.
Yeah.
And there might be some fruit up there. You're it'll be good in a week.
Yeah.
It's just too hard right now.
We had a client come in who literally first talked to us 2 years ago in the community.
Even in the bag.
Doing other content. And then now he's ready.
He was an avocado seed when he first talked to you.
But we've just been serving for free for 2 years.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, cool. Now you're ready. So week 1 is that. Week 2 is creating an epic offer that like people just want to have. I think right now people want to meet in person. I think right now people want to have experience. They want community and they want an all-in-one solution. So we give them that.
Yeah, and that's also encouraging revenue outside of this first month with that offer.
In that it's like, like if somebody comes into that, it's like it's very sticky because we're basically making a payment plan option for a very expensive retreat.
Yeah. So there might be some people that, they might place in the top 10 in this competition, but then their next month is going to be like nothing.
Yeah.
They made a 1 month offer essentially.
Totally. Yeah. In case this is interesting, like thinking about what's sticky. So like by creating an event in the future that you get to come to, sticky. By helping people implement the software that they get included in our community, sticky. Being awesome and showing up and delivering value, sticky. Having the community connect with each other, sticky. People will come for the coaching or to solve the problem, but then they'll stay because they found community. They found their tribe. So week 2 is like epic offer. Think of, high ticket, high value. Week 3, you'd be thinking like collaborations, partnerships, getting some leverage with ads, advertise that you got a thing, let people know, shout it, and all that's like week 3 and 4, and then send an ungodly number of messages to people who could be a good fit, and like don't like unashamed, without reservation, because you have got something good and you're doing a favor by like letting them know consistently every day.
Which is why it's so important, I think, that the offer's aligned.
Yeah, you have to feel good about it. Yeah.
Makes it so much easier to send those. I'm like, I'm just serving.
Yeah, literally going to change your life. You want to change your life? You want to change who? Yeah. Who? Anybody? No? Okay. Next.
Yeah. So maybe and also a recap of like what the offer, like the generic offer is.
Yeah. The really simple. It's like 4 things. If you come into our community, you get like lit up in our coaching on Mondays. We will light you up, put you on the hot seat, like hold you to a higher standard than you likely hold yourself, and we'll like coach you on all of the skills that we've developed, those professional skill sets, copywriting, content, sales, like everything you need to build a business. So coaching. Then we've got like the content, which is a clear roadmap to get to 10K a month. Build this, create this thing, do that.
Which you've sold on its own before.
For 10K.
Yeah.
You get, basically it's the equivalent of like 15K worth of, like, not a made up number, just like actually people paid us for that to get access to that. Now you get it for being in the community. So the content. Then you get the entire CRM software stack. You get your own Skool community. You get the funnel builders. You get like the AI bot that will book appointments for you on autopilot. Like basically everything that makes the marketing stuff easy. You get that, which alone is $890 a month. So if you tried to get this outside of our community, it would be $890 a month. And then you get the community itself. It's like of all high-level health coaches and professionals who are building a business online. And all of that, the idea is, can we create a high-ticket coaching program without the high-ticket $10,000, $20,000 price tag, and instead delivered in a way for $500 a month?
And guest experts. Tech calls.
Tech calls. Tech calls, in-person events, collaboration opportunities, and the community. Yeah. And then this month is $400. So it's $100 less until the end of this first month while the school games are on.
And that value stack is where we're deriving that, idea or feeling that this is one of, if not the best coaching offer on the internet right now for someone that's a coach, health practitioner, health coach that wants to build to $10,000 per month and beyond.
It's literally just the offer I wish existed when I was like transitioning from offline to online.
Yeah.
If this existed back then, I'd be like, what? This is the craziest. I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaching programs that just didn't have this.
Yep.
Yeah. For $400. It's such like the entire, because we'll show you how to build a 5K offer and help you sell it and pay for the entire year in like the first 30 days. Anyway,
yeah. Remember that conversation we had one time? I was like, I'm really confident in my ability as a coach, help people transform.
Yeah.
I just wish someone could give me like a business in a box. This is it.
Here you go.
With coaching,
business in a box to 10K, but then like well beyond that. Like you can take the same thing, scale it to build whatever you want. I think we should be in the top 10 and we have a clear plan.
Yep.
It's already working. We're in the top 8.
And I just thought of, an interesting goal as well in the future at some point. The competition will probably evolve and change, but it would be so cool to have a client be in the top 10 one month.
100%.
Yeah. I think that's actually possible with some of the clients that we've.
For sure. Especially like some of the new ones that just came on. Yep. 100%.
So that's the game plan.
Yeah.
If I was a person, a coach, health practitioner, and watching this, I would go back to the beginning if you didn't already have a journal and just like jot down what sticks out, what applies to you. I would then write down any questions that popped up, and I would go and I'd post them in our community because we'll go and we'll answer them for you. You don't realize that.
Yeah.
If you haven't been asking questions, post them in the community. They will get answered. And then I would definitely encourage myself to take $400 and at least come into the high ticket for at least 1 month.
Yeah.
And at a bare minimum, go in and just engorge yourself with all of the knowledge in there, and ask yourself, can you earn at least $400 or more per month with that value? And the answer is obviously yes to anyone that has a head and 2 legs and 2 arms.
Yeah, and a good offer.
So
if you don't have an offer, we'll help you make it. Yeah. Anyways, go join our community.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Go join New Earth Health Coaches.
And come join the vision, which is like, the piece that I take out of that is New Earth, right? Whether you've read Eckhart Tolle or, you believe in a future that's bright and different than the one we've experienced in the past, that's where we're going together.
I think we can wrap the podcast with the definition of our community name.
Let's do it.
So if you break apart New Earth Health Coaches, New Earth means awakening to your life's purpose. Health means actual health, not pharmaceutical propaganda. Coach means transformational leadership of self and others. And then community means relationship, generosity, fun, and connection. New Earth Health Coaches. If that sounds like you, then you should come in here.
Yeah. And as we're wrapping, we'll do this in a more formal version in the future. But thanks to our sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
For this podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Better Good Agency.
Better Good Agency.
We'll link to them. But they're aligned individuals. They provide all sorts of marketing services for the better good. It's in their name. So New Earth, Better Good. Really appreciate Jamie and the team there in this beautiful space that we've been provided.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome, homies. Thanks for listening to this.
Peace out.
Watching.
Yeah.
Peace
Thank
out.
you.